We are seeing many detailed airliners to enter the sim, such as the 737 PMDG fleet, the Just Flight BAE 146 fleet, and also the Phoenix A320, just to name a few. All these have one thing in common, which they are payware aircraft, and we pay a fair price for a high level of detail and fidelity. In this video, we're going to take a look at an airliner that is potentially able to rival these airliners, and it's absolutely free. So let's jump into the video. Before we jump into the nuts and bolts of the video, we try to bring you all the flight sim news in one place. So if that sounds right up your taxiway, please click that subscribe button. 72% of people that watch the ausflightsimmer channel are not subscribed. By clicking the subscribe button, it really helps support me and it grows the channel. And thank you very much for your support. AIRLINER is the development team behind the KC-10/DC-10. This team is made up of a small group of developers who are striving to produce the most realistic KC or DC-10 ever produced in the general public for flight simulation. The group behind AIRLINER do this as a hobby. They are professionals when it comes to the world of development. Some of the team are currently active on a crew for a KC-10 and on active duty in the military. However, they are very passionate about the DC and the KC-10 and want to do this aircraft right. The team is currently developing the KC-10 first. That's because they have a first-hand knowledge of the aircraft, and the DC-10 is planned to follow after the release of the KC-10. Unfortunately, there is no plan to release any of these products on Xbox, but that being said, it's still early days in development, you never know. The great news about this whole project is the team is planning to release this as freeware. The KC-10 has been in development for almost 2 years now, and the team continually update the community every 3 months on the progress. And from the looks of it, the team will deliver on their promises. Most of the big freeware productions seem to fizzle out into the distance after about 12 months of development. But the KC-10 and the DC-10 look to be in very, very good shape. When it comes to the KC-10 and DC-10, what we should expect when it comes from AIRLINER is the authentic modern look of the aircraft. We expect it to have wear and tear, and these KC-10s have suffered over the years when it comes to a lot of use. Having the developers working on an active real-world KC-10 and having access to accurate data, we can expect them to be very precise when it comes to this sort of stuff. They mentioned they're expecting to see the same throughout the whole audio experience, since they can record accurate sounds of the engines as well as switches, buttons, levers, warning sounds, and more. The KC-10 and the DC-10 are very complex aircraft, and the team plans to create accurate systems including electrical, fuel, pneumatic, pressurized systems, and all stations within the cockpit will be modeled including the pilot, the co-pilot, and also the flight engineer and the boom stand operator when it's active. This will all be accompanied by a completely custom flight model which will be based around the real aircraft. The team is planning to create a manual which is expected to be 1,000 pages long for a true study level experience. Each quarter the team updates us with their current development status of the project and their latest releases. We can really see the progression of the aircraft, and even though the team hasn't mentioned, there is still many development days ahead. In the past, the team have really only shown screenshots of the KC-10 in detail, but now they are branching out in other variants starting with the DC-10. With this first DC-10 model, they plan to release 9 signature liveries including FedEx, Aeroflot, and United, just to mention a few. In the latest update, the team is showcasing the full cockpit screenshots of the DC-10. Having done a 3D scan of the entire cockpit, they are adding great detail in high priority areas that have never been seen before in flight sim. With this aircraft, you'll be able to swap between different variants of instruments to get a full DC-10 experience. You'll be able to keep it as a realistic DC-10 or take a more modern approach with modern gauges found in a KC-10 to use in those long DC flights. And you can do all of this configuring through the planned EFB. In the latest update, displays and systems this time around have been improved. Fuel gauges are now integrated and functional, and work has begun on the EFB. The team plans to include a standard feature list on the EFB, such as ground services, checklists, Navigraph and SimBrief integration, and OSM maps for real-time location and tracking. The team mentions electrical systems are now at the state where it's easy to integrate other systems such as more advanced fuel and APU systems. The pneumatic and the hydraulic systems are to follow, and the team mentions that once they are at a stage where the base implementations of all systems exist, fine-tuning will begin. In the last update from the team, they also introduced they are developing the 10 tanker version as well. This version was always something they wanted to do from the start, but now they have made significant progress and it's time to talk about that aircraft. The 10 tanker version will have the ability to drop fire retardant with one press of a button. It will also feature its own custom interior, which will be true to the aircraft that is flying today. From the looks of things, we will see the KC-10, then the DC-10, and then the Tanker 10 release, most likely in that order. The team has certainly progressed well in the last couple of years, considering this is a labour of love and a hobby for the team. The 3D model seems to be well on the way, and it appears the bulk of the work needing to be completed is in animations from the exterior to the interior, systems coding including the EFB and features. The team over at Aerodynamics explained they are many days in development away from being able to even think about releasing the KC-10 and DC-10. We are expecting to see another drop from the team about where their development is in February 2023. I will leave a link in the description below of the Discord for the Aerodynamics team. The team is really active and drops screenshots and teasers quite often. The team is always happy to answer questions from the community, so definitely worth a look. Please let us know in the comments below what's your thoughts on the whole project, and would you like to see more video and content like this, us featuring developers and their projects. If you got some value out of this video, please hit that subscribe button as it really helps support me and helps grow the channel. I'll leave you with another video here. It's about the next Boeing aircraft for Microsoft Flight Simulator. If you like this video, I really think you're going to like that one, and I'll see you over there.